Welcome back here to the live stream from Drury University as we are getting ready for game number 2 this morning, our second Final Four game in the boys 16U. Final Four getting ready to play for a chance to go to that championship game in the 16U Undisputed. We've got the KC East Lions. They're in the blue jerseys facing off against CHSA Wolverines in the white and maroon. Both of these teams are 2 seeds. KC East in that 6A class. Wolverines from the 7A. Should be in for another good one as the first game was quite the thriller. Spartans held on to win, so winner will go play against those Dash Spartans.
Both teams start the possessions of the game with turnovers.
KC East here trying to bring it up. Some light pressure here in the full court. And they throw it away. Loose ball. Wolverines come up with it. All the way to the rim. Nice move. Gets it to fall. That's Blaze Gray's first points of the game.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot. I think we're going to see a lot more court spacing this game because of the size of both of these teams.
Oh, what a move with contact, but can't finish. Offensive rebound by Oscar Barron, but he was surrounded. And a foul.
14, I believe he said.
These teams match up well. They both got, they each have one very big, strong, skilled guard, maybe more, but, and then you've got, they both got some size down low.
Both teams knocked off the number 1 in their seed, in their bracket in the last game to get to this game.
Is this going to be another one of those where the turnover number is going to determine the winner?
It is potentially that way. CHSA does cause a lot of turnovers with their patented 1-3-1 defense that they play throughout their program. CHSA got to this game knocking off West Michigan Hornets 50-46 yesterday.
Yeah, look how well these guys space the floor. They're drawing this KC zone way out and giving big open lanes. KC East is quick to recover those lanes, but we're going to see. Oh, great shot there.
Stedman Chepkema could not get that shot to go. Both teams still trying to feel each other out here in the early minutes.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of open looks. It's going to be whether or not they can convert them.
Grays takes the 3 from the top, short.
Back-to-back open 3 for the Wolverines, unable to get them to go.
Lions working it around here. Work it in down low, and there's contact on Oscar Barron, so he'll shoot free throws. Foul on number 23, Stedman Chepkema.
2 early fouls here for the Wolverines. Their aggressive defensive style of play.
Barron is strong. He can play inside and outside.
Yeah, he did a good pump fake there to get the defender in the air and then jumped into the body to draw the contact. A lot of times you see players in this age group and younger, they get the pump fake, but then they fade away to get the shot off instead of trying to get that contact. They just shy away from it. So it's a good move by him in this age group to not avoid the contact on that shot. He was able to knock down that second free throw, make it a 2-1 ball game.
Another corner 3 taken by the Wolverines. That one too strong.
Yeah, this is going just according to, I think, the way KC East has decided to game plan these guys is they are running a 1-2-2 wide open zone and just threatening CHSA to shoot from outside.
Tries to get it down low to Oscar Barron. He steps on the baseline out of bounds. was a good look, just a little too deep under the basket. So now Wolverines will bring it back up in a 2-1 game here in the early minutes.
I believe these teams played last year at Nationals.
Blaze Graves with it, kicks back to the corner. Another three put up, and that one falls. Splashing home for Fallon Saitler.
See, those are the kind of shots that they're going to need to bring KC East out and even potentially convert to a man. But they're going to have to do that more than just once. They're going to have to show consistently that they can hit those because KC East is content to keep their size out of the middle of that lane.
Inbound pass is deflected by Saylor. Blaze Gray's going to come up with it. He's going to go little step through the lane. Can't finish. Barron with the rebound.
I'm surprised he reversed that back to his left. He had a wide open look there on his right.
Little trap in the corner here. Dangerous. Knocked out of bound by Grays. It'll stay Lion possession.
Yeah, Jeremy, you're right. CHSA is very opportunistic in terms of looking for those steals and deflections.
Oscar Barron with a pump fake and finishes.
I like the way Barron plays in the post down there. He's very mindful of the defense. Pump fakes, gets in the air, finishes well, got good size. Yeah, he's going to be a big body in the coming years.
I don't know what year he is, but he's complete. For a 16U.
Blaze Grays gets that one to go.
That means he's an underclassman, so he's got years left on this KC East team.
So now the Wolverines have knocked down a couple of threes here in the early quarter. Lions here trying to work something into Barron.
Another steal.
Loose ball. He's still fighting for it. Yeah. Wolverines maintain the possession.
Here we go again. The refs allowing them to kind of play a little bit early.
Grays with contact, trying to get his own rebound. Jump ball.
Yeah, I mean, there was some contact there. I mean, the KC East player was straight up, and I think that disrupted it. But yeah, I think the refs are going to let them play. I think that may be the format for the whole day. Is let's see what you got in the first half, and then we'll tighten things up in the second half as things require it.
Grays, another three. That one short. Rebound goes to him. He kicks back out to Chepkema. His three short. Lions will go the other way. Fulati with it, working down to Barron. They like to get it to him. Now back out. Titus Moan, deep three. Oh, nothing but net.
Beautiful. That was a deep three. I mean, that was well beyond the college arc.
He shot that with confidence. It didn't even look down at his feet.
Now Blaze puts up a corner three. Yes, sir. Answers back. That's his second three-pointer so far.
It's a good answer with Casey Heath having pulled within three there. Or two, sorry.
Good job to break that press there by the Lions.
Back into Barron. He puts up the tough shot. No good.
KC's going to need somebody besides Barron to carry some of this load, or it's going to be a long day for KC.
Nico Laura Winter, a deep, deep three, and they are starting to heat up from downtown.
Yeah, I would expect KC to adjust their defense now because of this. It most likely will go to a man defense here starting next possession.
It's up to a 14-6 advantage. Loose ball here, tipped out of bounds. It's going to stay Lion possession.
So the Warriors started 0 for 4 from 3, and they've hit that last 4.
Yeah, and it looked like KC East had a good game plan there for defending the CHSA as how they had scouted them. But now that CHSA's heated up, especially from that left corner, I don't see how they're going to be. And then one from the top of the key, I don't know how they can stay in that zone.
Here's a corner three for KC East, no good.
Yep.
Foul by number 2, Cyrus Fulati.
I think the refs are going to call those types of fouls because those are kind of safety concerns where they don't want to encourage these guys from being too aggressive on, especially on a player that's kind of in a very vulnerable position like he was there.
Under a minute to go here in the opening quarter. Nico Laura Winter brings it up for the Wolverines. Swings it over to Grays.
Yep, as predicted, Casey East has gone to a man defense now to try and limit the three-point production of CHSA.
Chepkema stops, goes up, and a shot was blocked.
Yeah, good to put in the big guy once you go to man, because now that's going to limit what CHSA can do inside. So this should be a good formula for KC.
Titus Moan in the paint. It's taken away, just stripped away. He said, give me that. Chepkema with strong hands. Now we got 2 seconds. Shot goes up from Laura Winter. No. And that's how the first quarter ends. 14-6. Wolverines on top. We'll be right back here in the second quarter. Second quarter just about underway here. Joshua Jenkins alongside Jeremy Caldwell and Jeff Cannon. So we have KC East Lions against the CHSA Wolverines. It's the Final Four game here. Winner will go on to play the Dash Spartans, who won the first game this morning for that 16U championship.
CHSA stretched that 1-3-1. In the first quarter, we didn't see that start at half court. It was more kind of between the volleyball line and the three-point circle. Now, this time, they stretched that all the way up and looked like it was going to pay off for them. But a good job by KC to break through there.
Cyrus Fulati at the free throw line. No good on the first. Can't hit either one. CHSA pulls down the rebound.
Farrell Scott with that rebound. He was also the one with the foul on that play that sent him to the free throw line.
Yeah, they missed an opportunity there. There was KC East players were confused about who had 23, and he had an opportunity but didn't see it until it was too late.
Drive kick, swings to the top for three in transition. No. Good shot, but couldn't fall.
A lot of one and done here by KC because of those deep shots.
Sadler loses the ball on the break, and it goes
crazy.
Out of bounds.
He got hooked there pretty hard, and he's asking why. But like we said, I think the refs are only going to call things that are going to be, that they think that are visibly changing of the game. Incidental contact or things that didn't alter what would have happened, I think they're going to let go.
Wolverines keep possession on that. Nico Laura Winter will set up the offense here for the Wolverines.
I love CHSA's patience here. They're not. There's no sense of urgency. Obviously, they're up, but at the same time, early in the game, they're taking good shots. They're waiting for a better shot, and it's paying off.
Stedman Chepkema knocked down that three on the right wing. Lead extended now, 17-6. KC East needs a bucket here.
That was the fourth player for the Wolverines to hit a three in this ballgame.
That one splashes home. There's the bucket for Brandon Frex.
That was wide open. There was nobody within 5 feet of him, and he said, I can shoot that too.
They must have missed him on the scouting report.
Oh, That's going through him. Those are the ones that will get called.
Now Frex commits that foul. So CHSA here from the sideline.
I know it doesn't show on the scoreboard for Casey East yet, but I've been real impressed with the way they played. Both these teams have played really, what I would say above their years. They've just very.
Chepkema, another corner three, no.
Oh, a good look.
Lions push ahead. Oh, Cyrus Botsley with the body.
What a beautiful up and under there.
Much needed bucket here to keep this one from getting too far away here for the Lions. Grays finds Chepkema. No good. There's some contact, but no call.
Oh, that's got to be a foul there. Yeah. I'd like to see Casey East get 55 involved in the game. He's got so much height that if they could but they're subbing him out. I'd like to see what he could do in terms of feeding him high in the low post, but not going to get a chance to yet.
Good chance here for KC. Good find down low to Barron. Oh, nice move and the patience to go up for two after shot faking.
Yeah, you give Barron position, he's going to make that 10 out of 10.
He's got really good footwork down in the paint and body control.
Now the momentum has shifted here to the Lions. CHSA wants to stop that. Chepkema's three, no good.
Ooh.
Barron soars in
What
for
a
the
great
rebound.
there.
Into the paint. Now he needs help. Surrounded.
It's another foul. It's interesting because they had the position on ball side. I don't understand why the guy behind him felt the need to grab. That was going to be a jump ball anyway,
yeah.
And but I think that's just kind of the mentality that CHSA has. Is they're very aggressive. They're going to gamble. They're going to go after that. They're a very steel-minded team, and that's obviously bode very well for them.
Yeah, the main focus of their defense is to turn you over, and that foul's on Stedman. Chepkema.
And I believe that's his third, unless I marked one down wrong earlier.
Well, if they gave it to a foul on this end, that would be his third. I don't know who they gave it to down here. I couldn't tell.
I thought that was Chepkema, but that was my best educated guess. So
we'll put it on him
might
for
have
now,
three, but he's at least got two here.
And he went to the bench during that timeout, so maybe his third. We can check at halftime, but
we'll see how deep each of these teams are willing to go into their bench. Oftentimes at these games, your bench gets really, really small. We saw that in the last game. Both of those teams in the previous game really only went about, one or two deep into their bench, and I would expect about the same here.
Fulati is trapped over there on the side. He needs help.
And
gets it out.
Smothering defense by CHSA.
Now Moan's going to be trapped here up
high
the top.
Traps, looking for a 5-second count, looking for mistake.
Botsley's a really good point guard, handling that pressure.
It makes it so difficult for teams, for offenses to organize when they know that single or even double team pressure is coming.
Kicks it back out, open three there for Fulati, gets it to go.
That might be the most impressive possession of the game for KC East, given the amount of pressure and just absolute onslaught of defense that CHSA threw at them to not just convert, but to get a really good look and a successful three.
Yeah, they had a lot of ball movement there. They handled the pressure well.
Wow.
Gray's down low, can't get the bucket to go.
That was incredible defense by Barron. He never gave up an inch,
right,
and forced him to take that shot further away from the basket than he wanted to.
Yeah, I felt like Blaze could have just pulled up a mid-range right there, and he tried to force the contact a little bit to get a foul called. And in this game, the ref they're not gonna give you that foul unless it's an obvious one.
Oh, nearly stolen away. Barron's able to come up with it again.
Well, Barron is just all world right now.
Lions here. See if they can get another possession like last time.
Look at this high trap. I mean, it's just.
Corner three. No. Fight for the rebound. It's Barron and Blaze. And jump ball. Going back the other way.
This is such a great kind of matchup between Barron and Blaze. They just are both so physical, so talented, and they are always near the ball.
Yeah, good basketball IQ by both players. They know they can kind of read the ball coming off the rim.
And timeout
More
here.
blood.
Or no.
Clock.
Yeah, blood.
I think the clock wasn't running, maybe.
Now we've got blood on the
nose.
jersey,
And
blood on
probably
the
on the court.
nose.
I think they're going to check the court real quick. Nope.
It's Luke Ulrich. He's got to go get the blood cleaned up there, but play will go on.
Don't look now, but this is only a 1-point game all of a sudden. This is a 7-0 run by KC East.
Grays with it up high.
Yeah, once KC East had adjusted to the physicalness of the defense of the Wolverines, they've kind of adjusted how they play.
Kick to the
made a
corner.
difference.
Gets it to go. Nico Laura Winter.
So
His second three of the game.
So CHSA has 20 points. 15 of them are from that left corner three.
Yeah, they have 6 threes on the game. They have 1 2-point field goal.
One of them was the top of the key. The other 5 were from that left corner. I think if I'm KC, I might just park somebody over there in the left corner.
Another deep three from Fulati. Oh, no problem.
Yeah, I think his 2 threes, especially that first 3 after that really, really tough possession, energized KC, and they have gone on a really good momentum run since then.
Grays in the paint, trying to part the defenders, but can't finish.
Great block there by number 2.
Fulati brings it up the floor. He's going to get into the paint and go all the way right-hand hook shot, no good.
Ooh,
and
good hustle
Botsy's there for the rebound. Steps into a right wing three.
Why not?
Yes.
Why not?
Titus Moan, his second three.
Yeah, they've opened it up here.
Both teams really shooting the 3 ball now in this one.
KC now has the lead for the first time in the game.
Blaze, his shot was blocked from the perimeter.
By Moan.
35 seconds in the half. 2-point game.
What a second quarter for KC.
See if they can hold for 1 shot with this defensive pressure by the Wolverines.
That's a tough ask for 24 seconds against the smothering defense that CHSA brings up. But CHSA is only applying kind of light pressure here up at the top. They're kind of seem to be willing to allow them to hold for the last.
And coach is going to call a timeout here to talk things over with 10.6 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot this week. These late second half timeouts. We were just noticing in the previous game how both of those coaches really needed 1 or 2 extra timeouts there late in the fourth quarter. In fact, I was just talking to the Dash coach afterwards, and I was kind of laughing with him about it. He was like, "Yeah, I really wish I had 3 timeouts there. I would have used 1 on the steal that turned into a foul. Right. I would have used 1 over here on that inbound, and I would have had 1 in my hip pocket." And so these kinds of timeouts here can prevent that, and I think we're going to see another close game. So having timeouts in the hip pocket at the end of the game are really important. But I also think that, from this perspective, KC is looking for, a little bit more room, a little bit more momentum going into the half. They'd love to be up 2, if not 3. And I think the key here is protect the ball. What we don't want, if you're KC East, is to turn that over and bring a foul and bring a tie game to it. That would be a true waste of that timeout, I'm sure.
But if they come out of this timeout and they execute the game plan, they can hit the shot that coach draws up. That could be a big momentum going into the half.
So Fulati will be the inbounder here for the Lions in the half court. They throw it into the back court to Botsley. Time ticking. 5 seconds. Corner to Fulati. Oh, a double clutch 3.
A defensive play.
And the clock will run out before the Wolverines can get a shot off. So it'll stay a 2-point game heading into the break. 22-20. KC on top. We'll be right back for the second half.
When it hurts, real time it. When it hurts, real time it. When it hurts, real time it.
Ouch!
When it hurts, real time it.
Well, we are set to begin the second half here. A tight one, as expected. Two number 2 seeds, just a class apart, 6A and 7A. The Lions are on top after that first quarter. But it was CHSA in the first quarter. So this is any man's game at this point.
Little one dribble handoff they're running here to try and get a mismatch. I think they're wanting a switch. They're looking for a switch to happen so that they can get a penetration. So far, CHSA doing a really good job of staying tight.
Fulati no good on that three. He had a couple in the first half.
Yeah, it's not too often you see a Wolverine team playing man defense. They were playing a man defense, but they were switching everything up at the top. But normally they run that patent 1-3-1.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's tough.
Laura Winter got caught in the air and nowhere to go with the ball. Fulati takes it coast to coast, can't finish, but his teammate Caden Botsley's there to clean up the job.
Yeah, he left his feet without a plan. That's always a bad thing.
Yeah, he left his feet, and his teammate didn't come to the ball like he was expecting, so he just had to throw it.
Might have had a plan, but plans changed. Corner three from the right side, no good. Offensive rebound by Grays. He kicks it back out.
There you go.
Step over.
He learned the lesson from the KC East player in the end of the first half.
Barron back to his rebounding business there with that defensive rebound through a couple of Wolverines. Botsley hands off to Fulati. He drives. A little bit out of control, no good. CHSA comes up with it.
Smart play, though, because you know CHSA was looking for a reverse on there, and instead he went down. So you had a good look.
Chepkema's three, no good. He had to sit the last few minutes of that first half. We believe he had 3 fouls, which caused him to go to the bench. So he's going to have to find his rhythm here again in the second half.
You know, it's like in golf tournaments, they say Saturday is moving day. The third quarter is kind of moving quarter in basketball. This is where you can kind of establish who's really going to have the track to protect or dominate in the fourth. So the third quarter is really important. Both these coaches know that, and KC East playing very patiently here to try and extend this lead.
Yeah, he called out a triangle offense, but it looks like they're kind of playing a dominant one offense, leaving Barron down low at the bottom, and then just rotating these 4 up at the top, in and out as they pass and cut.
Yeah. Oh, what a move. Titus Moan goes all the way to the other side of the rim and lays it in.
Yeah, CHSA number 23 they were not playing a straight shell there, and 23 was just hesitant to pick up the driving guard, and that proved costly.
Yeah, and I think that may be in part because possibly has 3 fouls.
Gray's 3
save.
off the line. They get the offensive rebound. They get another chance here. Now Chepkema thought about it, steps in, baseline floater, and a foul is called. That's going to be on Cyrus Fulati.
We'll see if the left corner 3 will be as good on the other side of the court. Is that a foul on Barron?
They called that on Barron. His
Wow.
first foul of the game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they definitely need to keep him out of foul trouble.
Yeah, he's been the anchor in the post, their main rebounder, big body down there.
Stedman, Chepkema at the line. Missed the first there. If he can get one of these to fall, maybe he can get back in rhythm.
Yeah, Stedman was the all-region player for the Wolverines here. Boy 16U. He's the enforcer for this team, and is listed as an elite rebounder. But Barron has had otherwise plans on that note.
5-point lead here for the Lions. They've come out and scored a couple buckets in this second half. Just 1 free throw for the Wolverines so far. Their shots have been a bit off.
Wow, that is some
out of the break.
Physical play up top. Really physical. Even just those body bumps are enough to kind of disrupt your rhythm, and I think that's CHSA's intention is if we can intimidate them, we can get them kind of off of their plan, off their rhythm.
Botsley does a really good job of fending off the defender there, but he throws the ball away.
On cue, that worked out perfectly for CHSA.
Laura Winters 3, no good. Offensive rebound again. Somehow
Moan was standing right there and just watched it hit the floor. I don't know if he kind of was in a daydreaming moment there or what happened with him.
That corner 3 off the mark again. Yeah, Wolverines are off the mark here.
I
in
would
the
have loved
second
to
half.
seen Glaze go up with that one. He was in great position. He had a height advantage. I would have loved to have seen him take the more sure two, but a great turnover there.
Ulrich intercepts the ball, passes over to Grays, fakes the 3, drives into the paint, scoop shot over the top of the backboard.
Barron once again standing his ground with his hands straight up. But the Wolverines have shot 3 air ball threes to start this third quarter.
I mean, you can just see how strong Barron is. He's like a block of concrete. You can't move him, and so he's trying to Euro around him, and it's literally like trying to shoot over a wall.
And that's one thing when you have a good big man that you try to teach. You know, when you know you can block shots, but you try to teach them to just hold your ground or keep your hands straight up. They missed Barron down low, man. He was wide open.
Yeah, he really was. If a nice little threaded bounce pass would have been great.
Well, we know Scott's back in the building. The balls are coming our way here.
Shaking the table.
Man, Scott Staten, the ball.
It's like a magnet for it, I guess.
Oh, all the way to the rim. Can't get it to go. The backboard was shaking.
Yeah,
on the
I'm
slap
surprised
block.
that was not a goaltending call while the ball is on the backboard.
Yeah.
That's typically called a goaltend there.
So it'll stay Lions ball. They'll inbound on their baseline.
Back in the day, that used to be a technical foul.
That's true. And that's
and I think they did away with the technical call.
They did.
Botsley, though, with that contact, he's not afraid to give it right back.
He kind of gave it right back to him. That's pretty impressive.
Titus Moan with it now.
Great patience
He's
here.
surrounded. It's going to be – they're trying to steal it all the way down the floor. It's going to stay Lion ball.
I was going to say –
Sadler tipped it out.
I was just saying great patience, and then as soon as I did, CHSA came up with a high trap and really rattled him. Good.
Botsley's pass nearly picked off, but Frex comes up with it. They get it down in the paint, off of Barron,
out of bounds. For a second there, I thought that was going to be an alley-oop to Barron. It had all the makings of one, but not in position.
Yeah, with these Wolverines players here, when you get the ball and you got your back to the defense, you gotta know somebody's coming at some point behind you and swiping at the ball. So you gotta protect the ball at all costs in this ball game.
That's a good timeout there by the Wolverines. Down 5, and they kind of need this minute and a half to get back level to kind of recreate that momentum. They've done really good job from defensive pressure wise to kind of create opportunities, but they have not been converting like they did in the first quarter. I noticed many times when we switch sides, when we would switch sides, for some reason, no two rims are the same, and it's different. So you as soon as they got used to this rim, now you're on this other side, and it was not a friendly rim for CHSA this quarter, and so I think where they really need to go is they got to get back inside. They got to find some open looks there and get this game back level headed into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they scored 14 points in the first, only 6 in the second. Only have 1 free throw here in the third.
It's been a low-scoring third quarter for both sides. Only 2 field goals for the Lions as well. And we've got just over a minute to go.
He's looking.
Gray's down low, working on 2 guys, can't finish.
I know it doesn't go in, but I think that was the right call, is the right move.
And the Lions will pull it back out here. Set things up with Botsley.
Wolverines they've got to stick with that game plan. I think it's going to be successful for them.
Dangerous pass, tipped away, and it's turned over. Graves was applying the defensive pressure.
I definitely want to see Graves back in that low post. Don't give up. That was really his first effort of the game down low to convert. And he's motioning it. He wants it. They're going to run a 2-man ISO here.
Graves has it back out to Laura Winter. Off the screen from Graves. Can't make the shot fall. Barron comes up with that rebound. Under 30 seconds to go in the quarter.
Yeah, they can't get the threes to fall here in this third quarter like they did the first.
I love the kick out to the 3. I would have loved to seen it go right back to Graves there to finish.
Fulati splits the defenders, can't convert, but Barron's there for the rebound. His putback, no. Now Fulati's got it again. 8 seconds.
Timeout.
And a timeout. Good call there. Filati was getting trapped in that corner.
Yeah, I think running a two-man ISO play there is a really good call. I'd love to see him go back to it for the Wolverines. I do believe that Grays is going to get some opportunities that they can move that ball back and forth a couple times, and then you'll get some open looks at the wing. Or you could, if I was CHSA, I would actually feed it at the wing, slide to the corner, and if it's not there, we've seen that CHSA is really good from the left corner three. So and Grays likes it down there in that left block. So you could kind of run that triangle there, feed it down. If it's not there, kick it to the corner, open three. Because most of the time when you feed it to the low post, the defender on the guard is going to be distracted just enough to see what happens.
Right.
That gives you time to slide over to the corner.
Yeah, as soon as you make that pass into the post, that's when you slide because your defender looks to see who catches it, and then you catch it out of the way, and immediately out of the timeout, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, inbound pass goes right to Saylor. 2 seconds, got to get a shot up. Grays gets one up, no good. And wow, we had one free throw for the Wolverines in that quarter, two-point field goals for the Lions, and that puts us at 26-21. We'll take a quick breather and be right back for the final quarter. Well, here we go, fourth quarter time in this boys 16U Final Four game, playing for a chance to go to that championship.
Can CHSA get something going offensively here? They've struggled the last two quarters with only 7 points total.
Yeah, these are these outside shots that are contested, or CHSA's having difficulty converting.
Bosley surrounded, able to control the ball. Now it's tipped away, loose ball, bodies on the floor. The ball gets coughed out. Lions end up with it. Fulati takes the three, no. Barron, yes, you guessed it, got the offensive rebound. And Fulati can't finish. Barron's there again, kicks it back out. Fulati again in the paint, surrounded, puts the shot up, but you called it.
Yeah, we traveled that time.
Yeah. That was a really, even though it came away with no points, it was a really good possession for KC because
had three big rebounds.
Had 3 big rebounds, and CHSA was always chasing, so they always had an open lane to drive. Crazy that it didn't convert.
Grays with it. Bosley's on him, swings to Chepkema in the corner. Can't get that one to go. The threes have not fallen in this second half.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a foul. There was a hook early, and then there was kind of a push in the back. So the ref had seen enough of that. It was kind of a 2-for-1.
I believe that foul was on Brandon Frex. So here we go. Blaze going to set things up here for Wolverines. Goes opposite side of the screen, all the way to the paint. He's tripped up.
Oh, that was dangerous.
Oh, and he's feeling it. It's going to take a second here.
Yeah, I was just about to say you want Blaze down low, but that was a great drive.
Yeah, it was incidental contact. The feet just got kind of tangled up, but you had to call a foul there.
Yep. Interesting, they did not give him continuation because I guess he did not go up with the shot.
Grays now, shot
Good
fake,
ball fake,
elbow jumper, no. Barron with the rebound and a whistle.
Yeah, I got another hook, this time on CHSA.
Nope, they called a foul on number 20 for
KC
KC
East. Yeah, same not sure it was the same player, but same.
Brandon Frex.
Brandon
again.
Frex, yeah.
Same
I
infraction.
think it was the same
Yeah.
as just a moment ago, so that means
That's
he's
his
got
third.
3.
Yeah, he's just getting a little too aggressive down low, not wanting CHSA to be able to get second chance points. CHSA is really struggling to find the bottom of the net here, and they've got to get inside to see it go in.
Barron gets the rebound, but now it's knocked away by Chepkema. Back to Grays. Kicks it out to Ulrich for 3. No, they just can't get one to fall in the second half.
Even these open 3 looks are just not falling. I mean, you can't get a better look than that. Nobody within 5 feet of him, and they just can't get him to fall.
Fouls on Sedler, number 15.
And yet this is still only a 5-point game. I mean, they have scored 1 point since halftime. Is that right, Jeremy?
That's correct, and that was a free throw.
And it's only a 5-point game.
Yeah.
That's how good their defense is.
Another turnover here. Chepkema picks it up across the half-court line. Now they swing it around to Grays.
Yeah, the Lions were only able to come up with 4 points themselves in the
shot was blocked,
third
but
quarter.
then out of bounds by
Whoever wins this game, Dash is going to have their hands full because both of these teams have extremely active hands, active bodies, and it is going to be a war regardless of who wins this game for the Undisputed tomorrow.
Be a full timeout here for the Wolverines. Coach trying to see if he can draw up something, get something going offensively. They hadn't hit a field goal in quite some time. They've only hit 2 threes in the the second quarter. And I think you mentioned it, Jeff. They went about the last 3 minutes without a field goal. Didn't hit a field goal in the third quarter, and they're scoreless here in the fourth with 5 minutes to go. So they're on a pretty big drought here, at least about 8 minutes of game time. They haven't been able to get a field goal to go through the basket.
If I'm the CHSA coach now, and I know we're not supposed to coach from the booth here, but
be positive.
I can't help myself. This is where I would install those off-ball screen set plays, where I can free up Blaze right next to the basket and give him an open look. Somebody has got to have an open look close to the basket to see that ball go through the net. And there's no better way to spring these guys off of an aggressive defense than an off-ball screen. I'd run some kind of some scissor plays down low that could spring these guys on a crisscross.
Fresh legs in the game.
Castillo into the game for the first time. His shot no good.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea either. Get some guys in here that maybe can spark a fire and get you some buckets.
Not only did they not just put him in the game, they put him in the game and drew up a play to get him a shot right off the bat to see if maybe he could take the lid off of that basket.
Hendrik Castillo is a 3-point sharp shooter. Only 13 years old. All reaching at the 14U level. So a lot of future potential for that young man as he gets his chance here in this game.
Wow.
Although they immediately took him out after that out-of-bounds play, they just wanted to get that 3-point chance.
That was such good defense. That was a 2-on-1 on the left side, and the CHSA player held his ground, went straight up, and was able to prevent that shot from converting. This is the reason why CHSA is only down 5 is their defense has been elite.
Oh, stripped away by Grays. That was clean. He goes all the way, and finally they get a field goal to go down.
Finally take the lid off the basket. Is that going to be the spark they need?
Let's see. I'm going to be very interested to see, especially considering who's the one that shot it. That's the guy they need.
Intercepted by Ulrich. He goes coast to coast, puts up the shot
Yes!
off the glass and in.
And all of a sudden, it's a 1-point game.
Oh,
my. Will the floodgates be poured open here?
8 minutes without the basket.
Oh, that
last 10
up.
seconds. 2 field goals, two steals.
Botsley, he's surrounded. Now we got a trap here right at us. Nearly turned over. Fight for the ball. Jump ball.
It's like there's 8 Wolverines on the court. They literally have no weakness. You know, a lot of times when you see a double team trap, you see openings that there's a wing not covered or a high guard not covered. They have everybody covered.
They throw it in the backcourt dangerously, almost threw it out of bounds.
I mean, it just feels like there's there's 10 hands on the floor at all times. Here we go again.
I mean, this is like, if you wanted a math lesson while you were watching basketball today.
We're here for it. Homeschool, man. You still got to do school during games. Trying to help you out. Follow me for more.
Yeah, that was
Foul by number 15.
I tell you what, that has been a war up top all game long between these two.
Yeah, Batsley is not afraid to put his chest into your chest and draw contact.
Another deep pass into the backcourt.
Oh,
that
then
one
he
thrown away.
Another turnover. This is eerily. This is almost an eerie replay of what we saw in the previous game. A 1-point game, 3.5 minutes left, and both teams trying to measure out how do we protect a 1-point lead and how do we take a 1-point lead.
Yeah, it's like they start trying to play not to lose and instead of just playing to win. You see that a lot in teams.
Grace down low with the left hand, reverse, gets it to go.
Jeremy, you were right. That's what they needed. They needed that to kind of take the cap off. And
they've been 3 for 3 since then, and now they have the lead.
And it was Blaze that did it again.
And now you got to figure the pressure is going to mount.
I mean, 3 guys. Now 3 guys again. 2 guys.
Ball tipped from behind by Grace.
There was never less than 2 guys on every player of KC East player in that possession.
Grace has really stepped up here in the last couple of minutes of this fourth quarter, both offensively and defensively.
Oh, no.
Loose ball, Nico's able to save it.
You like to say they just save their energy to the end, but they've used the same amount of energy the whole game.
Grace can't get that one to go.
And I think it's going to be on him again.
No, the foul's going to be on number 2, Filati.
Wasn't that the one that got the previous 2?
No, that was 20.
Oh, 20, okay.
Yeah, that was Frex.
Frex. So Wolverines on their baseline. We've got the horn that inadvertently goes off here.
Well, I think he was trying to think about whether or not he was going to call a timeout. He had got his board ready.
They thought it was the 5th team foul, but it's not.
Oh,
it's
okay.
only the 4th.
And now it's
there he calls it. You don't typically hold that board and stand next to the table unless you're planning on calling a timeout.
Timeout here for CHSA.
Well, after the last timeout he called, and he brought the new guy in to get the shot, and it didn't fall. But since then, their defense have ramped up. They've gotten multiple turnovers. I don't even know if the Lions have even gotten a shot off since that timeout. And the Wolverines have gotten 3 straight buckets after not scoring for 8+ game minutes. And after being down 5, which felt like 12-13 the way the game was going. And now they're leading by 1. And now if you're the Lions, I mean, this seems like you're down 3 or 4 buckets now after the energy that the Wolverines have brought defensively.
And the Lions have not scored yet in this fourth quarter. They had 2 field goals in the third, and they have not been able to score anything.
I mean, it's crazy. I don't recall a time where literally 11 minutes of game time went by and a team only scored 1 point, and to only be down 5, and then within a minute and a half, they're up 1.
Right. Yeah.
That is a crazy statistic right there.
Like you struggle to score for so long, and then you just forget all about that, and you're back to your first quarter team.
We had 11 3-pointers between both teams in the first half. No 3-pointers here in the second half.
Well, we've had 3-point attempts.
Oh, we had attempts.
Just about all of them been air balls.
So here we go, Wolverines.
KC East is ramping up their defense a lot more. Oh, there's a lot more traps now happening. We did not see that from KC East in the third quarter or most of this quarter. Now down 1, they're kind of trying to play KC East's defensive game.
Ulrich is fouled as he was going to the basket.
They did not have one to give. That's going to put CHSA at the line.
That's going to be on Nico Laura Winter. Oh, no, wrong team.
Botsley, I believe.
Botsley, that is correct.
So that puts Luke Ulrich at the free throw line.
To extend this lead, still keep it at 1 possession, even if he makes both.
Good on the first.
CHSA does have 1 foul to give. That could be critical down the wire if they can maintain a lead and they're trying to disrupt them from getting into a rhythm late.
He knocks them both down big time to make it a 3-point game. Now the Lions need a bucket here. We're just about 2 to play. Lots of pressure. Timeout.
Oh, that's going to be a tech.
Uh-oh.
That
After the whistle.
That's going to be a tech. I'm surprised it's taken him this long, but I
don't think they're going to tee him up.
Wow.
They should have.
Yeah, that looked pretty intentional from here, but we can't really tell.
It was well after the timeout was called. The whistle was blown.
They're not going to call it.
Ref's going to discuss this and talk to the coach about it.
The KC East fans are not happy. Interesting. KC East didn't even huddle during that timeout. They all stayed on the floor, even though they're the ones that called the timeout.
I think he was calling timeout to save possession because it was going to be a jump ball before the throwdown.
Refs are giving kind of warnings to both benches.
So here we go. KC East inbounds in the backcourt.
I would watch for I think the refs are going to start calling a lot tighter now because of that incident.
Fulati, corner 3. No. Barron with the offensive rebound. Puts it back in for 2. Big time bucket from Barron.
Really, fading away from the basket and still had the body control to stay elevated, put a really good rotation on that ball.
That's their first field goal here in the fourth quarter.
And
stolen away by Fulati. It's just him and Grays. Fulati spins, shot fakes, loses the ball, gets it back. He's fouled and the basket. And the KC East Lions have retaken this lead.
I don't know if you can call that a momentum timeout, but ever since that timeout where they did not leave the floor, they have now scored 4 straight points.
Chance to make a free throw here to give it a 2-point lead.
Nope.
Graves with the rebound. Now the Wolverines looking to answer.
Wolverines now with more offensive confidence are probably going to look to create.
Graves driving. Kicks back out to Chepkema. His 3. Oh, rattles around the rim and out. Loose ball.
Timeout by Batchelor.
Yeah,
falling out of bounds. Great job and smart play by him.
Bosley was able to grab that ball real near the baseline and call the timeout.
I'm pretty sure they'll huddle up on this one.
Full timeout.
All right, we don't. So if the clock is right, then KC has 2 timeouts left and CHSA has 1, and so that's really good for both teams with a minute left to be able to kind of make some strategic chess moves and to save the team in critical times, especially with all of this aggressive trap defense that's happening in the corners up top. With KC having the ball, they are going to likely try and stretch the floor, hold this, and force CHSA to put them at the line. If I'm CHSA, though, I'm probably not going to go into that game. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, which is this aggressive trap defense. Because if you foul them, you get the same accomplishment anyway. But I think they're willing to probably chew at least 20, 25 seconds off this possession in order to force a steal and go up 1.
Playing for a chance to go get that championship game here against the Dash Spartans.
Lions with a 1-point lead right now.
Under a minute to go.
They're in danger of a 10-second count here. They may get a
getting
timeout
close. They just get it across the half-court line. It's tipped away. Chepkema comes up with it. Now it's loose. Throws it to Barron. He's able to corral it. Somehow, after all that, Lions get the ball.
I'm really surprised that was not a foul called there, but
there is a foul here.
There is a foul now.
That's on Blaze. That was his 3rd foul. Barron's going to go to the free throw line.
Boy, that's unfortunate for CHSA. They had a really good turnover look there.
Misses the first. He really needs to hit the second here.
They've missed 3 free throws, 2 free throws already in this quarter.
Yeah,
Cannot get the
but he
second.
gets his own
Fulati's
rebound.
fighting for that rebound. Jump ball.
Possession error to the Wolverines.
that's a heads-up play by CHSA to get that jump. We're going to see some high pressure here by KC. Not a full press, but some high pressure.
Nico Laura Winter with the ball.
They've got a
Kicks it at 3, is taken from way deep. No good.
that.
Gonna be a foul called. Good rebound there by Titus Moan.
Yeah, they didn't really need the 3 there yet. With 35 seconds left, they probably could have been a little bit more patient. But I get why, with the clock ticking, you've always got another chance. Even now, if he now
0 for 4.
Yeah, he missed it. So now a 2 ties it again.
If he makes it. It's Titus Moon with the free throw stripe. These are pressure free throws here. The fans are in a frenzy. Cannot get it in and out. Barron gets the rebound.
This time a jump ball does not help him.
That foul is on number 14, I believe.
I tell you what, it's pretty rare that you see 2 straight free throw possessions that the offensive team gets the
rebound.
The rebound. I mean, that has killed CHSA's opportunities to convert missed free throws into opportunities to retake the lead or to tie the game.
That's the first free throw this fourth quarter that the Lions have made. They were 0 for 4, 0 for 5 before that.
Oh, that one rattles around.
That's going to be a foul, and that's going to put Blaze on the line.
So Fulati is who that foul should be on.
Blaze going to line it. Chance to tie the game. Man, we went scoreless for so long, and now it's just 2 seconds per possession here. Both teams going to go to free throw line. So now it's going to be who can make the most free throws.
This game's going to get really long, really quick. This last 26 seconds might take us 10 minutes to play.
Yeah.
This will tie it, though. So, again, do you use a timeout here, Jeremy?
No, not yet. Each team with only 1 left. Possession arrow is in the Lions' favor.
Rays
that was
tied
dangerous.
up the game here, and now the Lions with 17 seconds. Fulati, he gets into the paint, throws up a shot, right hook, no good. Out of bounds, it's going to be Wolverine ball.
Yeah, that was interesting. With only 12 seconds, I know we saw an opportunity there to take the lead, but now you give CHSA an opportunity to hold for the last shot.
Grays with it across his half court and calls a timeout with 8.9 seconds remaining. It's all tied up. Winner will go to the championship.
You can guarantee that this will be a shot not taken with. There won't be more than 2 seconds on the clock when they take this shot.
No.
And
it was interesting by Fulati there. He's seen a wide open lane, but when he got to the basket, instead of just going straight up and trying to draw the contact and the foul, he kind of pulled it out to the side and just threw kind of a hook shot, trying to avoid the contact. In that situation, if you're going to go to the basket with that much time on the clock, you got to go trying to draw contact and trying to score. And he had tried to basically avoid it, both of them, and let Blaze come down with the rebound.
Yeah, I did notice if he had an opportunity to maybe spin and kick that back out to a guard, but in the moment, all you see is wide open space. Yep. And I don't know whether or not it was, CHSA baited him into that, but I don't think so. I don't think CHSA expected him to make that drive. I think CHSA fully expected KC East to hold for the last shot, and they just gave CHSA a great opportunity here to potentially win it. KC's got to play clean basketball for 9 seconds, no fouls here, and just play really good defense and hope they don't convert.
Grays with it. He goes baseline, 3 seconds, wild shot, no good. Oh, it's a pass to the corner, no good. And Jeremy,
we finally
you
have
said it this
the
morning.
overtime.
We haven't had an OT game here at Drury, and now we do. Your
Really?
wish is
Here
granted.
we go.
That's surprising to get to Thursday and not have a single overtime game.
We've had some close ones. We've had some last-second buzzer beaters. We just haven't had the overtime game yet. And here we are, Final Four. And the scoring has been limited in the second half. And wasn't enough, so now we're going to give another 3 minutes of action.
Was it 3 or 4? Oh, it's that's right. It's,
It might be 4 and
no,
16U.
16U. It I don't know. It's too
I
bad.
think it's 3,
Not
14
3 and a half,
and
is
under.
it?
Yeah.
Both teams will get, I think, an additional 1 timeout. Is that correct?
Yes.
And the fouls will carry over, I think. So I believe both teams will still remain in the bonus.
Yes, I think they're trying to get all that corrected right now. So the Lions will have 2 timeouts, and the Wolverines will have 1. Next up, after this overtime game, we have a boys 12U Final Four matchup between the MHEA Eagles out of Memphis and the Dallas HSA Angels out of Dallas, Texas. 2 Big South teams facing off. We've had 3 Big South teams in the Final Four of the boys 16. CHSA Wolverines trying to make it an all Big South championship. And then we have 3 of the 4 teams in the boys 12U from the Big South.
And I think at 10U boys.
We all right.
I think the 10U boys may also have. I know they have at least 2.
Yeah,
It might just be 2.
I'm not sure on the 10. We don't have the 10U here, so but I can definitely check it for you.
So here we go. We got 4 minutes here in this 5th period.
I think they gave the timeouts are backwards on the board, I believe.
You are correct. They are backwards.
Because Wolverines called their last timeout to get that play call. Oh, almost a turnover right away.
And Lions got to deal with that pressure once again as we start this overtime period. Fulati with it. Good look down low, but
Boy,
it's
that
tipped
was
away.
a
Too many hands in the
dangerous-
passing lane.
Dangerous pass. Would have been impressive had he threaded that needle, but
You got to throw a bounce pass on that one.
Chess is so quick.
The boys 10U is all 4 Big South teams in the Final Four.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Gray's with it. He kicks back to the corner. 3-pointer up and good.
And there's
Fallon Sadler.
There's that left corner 3 that Chessa likes so much, and they finally figured it out on this side of the court.
That's their first 3 since the second quarter, early on in the second quarter.
Yeah, the rim on that side of the court was not kind to them until very late in the 4th.
Bosley with it, looking for somewhere to go. Frex back over to Fulati.
Yeah, they're Chessa content to stay in this high 1-3-1.
I don't think there's a dry piece of clothing on Fulati.
Fulati
Ooh,
just
okay. Ref said it was tipped, so it's not a double dribble.
Yeah, Stedman kind of knocked it free.
into the paint, into the trees.
Wow.
Nowhere to go. It's taken away. Chepkema.
It is a forest in that paint.
Nico Lara winner on the one with the strip. Knocked it out of the hands of Fulati.
Nico pump fakes the 3. Back to Grays. They've got a slim lead, holding on. 2 minutes.
Blaze sees he got a mismatch. He's going to try to go into the post.
He wants it.
Yeah, that was a smart decision. He just wasn't open. KCE sniffed that out really well.
Now they've got it to Grays. Little paint pass.
Wow.
Gets it to go.
What a good dive
Fallon
by 15.
Sadler.
Yes, that was a great dive because all the eyes were on Grays there, and nobody saw him dive.
A traveling violation. They turn it over, and now we're getting in dangerous territory for the Lions. It's a 5-point game. Wolverine ball.
Yeah, this is
They're going to go 5 out here.
Yeah, they're gonna run stretch here and force KC to foul them.
They run it Blaze. He passes over to Nico.
They're gonna have to foul.
Botsley real tight on Nico.
Stepped out of bounds.
Oh, wow. Critical
That
turnover.
is crazy.
They force the turnover by getting in close to that sideline, the extra defender, and he steps out.
That's so well executed. I would never have seen that coming off of a high trap there.
Botsley now brings it in. He goes into the paint and loses control of the ball, but it's tipped out of bounds. It stays Lion ball.
Yeah, I think if you're the Lions here, you got to have either a quick 2 or a wide open 3, because possessions are going to be precious here. And down 5, you need at least
Botsley saves
dear.
it, but he saves it to the other team.
Yeah, if you throw it to the backcourt, you can't throw it that close to the out of bounds line.
Yeah, this is.
Oh, it's taken away by Fulati. Fulati and Grays. Fulati puts it up. No!
Off balance.
Chapkema there for the rebound.
Boy,
Grays controlling.
Casey East has had so many opportunities, and they just haven't been able to capitalize in the last 2.5 minutes of the fourth quarter, and now here in most of this overtime.
Timeout taken by CHSA. Full timeout.
Yeah, it's smart. They were trapped up high. They need to regroup. They've got to make sure everyone's in position. Casey East has been able to actually get turnovers without having to foul and put them on the line to get the possessions back, but they've done nothing with them. That's 3 straight turnovers that they could have easily turned into points, but just CHSA's recovery or these off-balance shots that Casey East has been forced to take have resulted in 0 points.
The only points here of the overtime period for either team come by way of Fallon Sadler. He had a 3 and then a 2 to put his team up by 5. He is the difference thus far. 48 seconds is all that's left.
Not a lot of substitutions here by the KC Lions in this ball game. Had 1 substitution early in the first half. I don't think they've had any here in the second half.
Good high trap there.
And that's a lot of energy they have to expend.
Yep. Now they're going to have to foul.
Oh, they're burning some good clock here. Oh, they find down low. It's Sadler. He gets it go with the left hand. He's got all the points so far. And he hadn't scored since the first quarter.
He's on a 7-0 run by himself.
That 3-pointer from the top, no good.
Yeah, I'm afraid.
Time is ticking.
Yeah, I'm afraid that's probably the nail in the coffin, that last miscue.
They were not able to foul, and then Sadler was wide open for the lay-in under the basket.
Yeah, and when you start scrambling like that to start trapping, somebody's eventually going to be open. And if you have a good player that can read the defenses, they're going to find them.
So this will likely give us a Big South final and a rematch of the Big South regional semifinal between Dash and CHSA, and where CHSA was able to win, I think, by 3 points over Dash. So expect another closely contested game in the Undisputed.
And that will do it. In overtime, the Wolverines come back and hold on. They're the only team to score in overtime. 38-31 the final. And they will move on to play the Dash Spartans for that 16U Undisputed Championship. You're not going to want to go anywhere. 12U Final Four coming up next.